Hello ladies, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just wanted to come on and make a video regarding the topic of doing wifey duties before marriage. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share this video with a friend. So when we're dating, right, courting, getting to know a man, there's been a lot of men coming out online saying that they are expecting their woman to perform duties of a wife as a girlfriend in order for them to see that she's, worthy of being his wife, or she's capable, I guess, of being a wife. I wanted to push back on this, and that's because when you get married, marriage is an institution. Historically, it was an institution to ensure that, there was families which would embody communities. And when you have a community, you have an economy, you have money circulating, and you have generational wealth that can be passed down. Men would be, proven that their legacy and their last name would go down into the generations. And also back then, I'm talking like pre-slavery days, men didn't have a lot of access to women like they do today. So having a wife was very beneficial to them. They had access to sex because they had a wife, and also just a woman in the house to, clean, cook, take care of the man, take care of the children, and birth the children. And in return, women got protection, they got security. Women didn't have to worry about making their own money. Men did that, and women and her needs were taken care of. When she got a husband, she had a roof over her heads. She also had the opportunity to have children too, and things like that. And ladies, I do support traditional marriages. I am not with the whole down with the patriarchy thing, because we can say a lot of things about patriarchy. We can say a lot of things about any system. But one thing is for sure is that patriarchy does offer some form of protection and security for women, so that we don't have to go out and protect ourselves and get the security ourselves. Although we can, we just don't have to if we're under patriarchy. Now, I know that's a debatable topic, and that's a debatable statement I just made. You can say that women are protected, but are they really? Because she can still get into an abusive household. She can still, be taken advantage of. But you don't need patriarchy to be abused. You don't need patriarchy to be taken advantage of. That's just basic human behavior. So I just wanted to put that out there too. I can make a separate video on patriarchy sometime in the future. But for now, we're talking about, relating that to modern day dating and a woman's role for relationships. So that was the whole embodiment of marriage for the most part, right? Like, it gave benefits to men and women in a general sense, and it ensured that communities kept going, and dynasties and family legacies would carry on. So fast forward to today, there's still a number of men that do want to be married, but it's a little bit more riskier for men to get married nowadays. If you study, anything about family law, or you look at plenty of court cases that's went down in divorce court, majority of the time women have won, or the judge has always leaned in the woman's favor. And this is because women are the most vulnerable parties in the situation. Women are the ones who are, the weaker, and women overall in this nation don't make as much money as men. A lot of men don't really seem to take this into mind as to why divorce court is more harsh on the men than the women. Well, the women are more vulnerable. So there's that. And so I think because of that component, a lot of men today want to make being a wife this goal you have to work to reach, instead of making you their wife as something they want to do out of love for you, right? When a man loves you, he wants to protect you, he wants to provide, he gets territorial over you, he doesn't want you around any other men, therefore he marries you. Usually men who are exceedingly emotionally unavailable, or emotionally immature bring up this whole wifey roles before a wife type of thing. Usually the men who are really ready to love want to see you as a woman be your best self. They just want a relationship with you, and then they marry you, and then the wife husband roles comes after the ring, like it always has, like it's supposed to. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a mentality as a woman and a way that you carry yourself to be appealing to men that want a wife, meaning you're humble, you have humility, you are a woman who knows what it means to work hard for what you want, you're clean, you're positive, you're not so easily offended, you're more, just overall an amazing woman to be around. And when men see that, they think, wow, she would make a great wife. That's usually and historically what men have looked for in women to make them want to propose. They're not looking for how well you clean, for him, how well you cook for him, how you are in bed with him. Like it's a bunch of roles and transactional stuff, and any guy that's talking like that's the way to go is a man that's not built for marriage. He's not built for long-term commitment, and he's a man that's probably on his way to divorce if he does get married. Because you should be looking at a woman's character and who she is and how she carries herself and how she shows herself. You should also be looking at her flaws. You should be looking at what she needs to work on, areas of growth that she needs. And that should be a much more heavy determinant on if she can be your wife or not. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to cooking, cleaning, and all that other stuff, you can hire someone to clean. Okay, you can go out to eat every night or order those meals that they ship to your door to eat. Those shouldn't be the all when it comes to having a wife. It should be a mentality that should be looked for in a woman. So when men want you to do these things before you become their wife, honestly, ladies, they're most likely not the one. They're also not serious about being married. They actually want to use you. And this is a very easy way for men to use a woman, by letting her believe that being a wife, something that women have been doing for centuries, is now today all of a sudden a golden trophy on Mount Olympus that she needs to work her way towards to get. Keep in mind that human mating has been done since the beginning of time. Marriage, the institution, has been around for centuries. So to make it seem like it needs to be somehow so elite is just completely unmanageable. It actually used to be men. I'm talking pre-slavery times, when men were the ones who were out here dying alone the most, because it used to be a privilege to have a woman accept your proposal and ready to birth your children and take care of you and the kids. That used to be a privilege. And it wasn't even a privilege that women gave their permission to. It was a privilege from her father. Father-in-laws were out here deciding which men were worthy of their daughters. So, and not every man got picked, and only the men with the most resources were chosen and were seen as worthy by other men to have their legacy and their last name passed down. And that's when they came up with the whole bridal price, dowry, arranged marriages, and stuff like that in certain cultures. But for the most part, that was the pathology behind that. So today you have men on the internet who barely do much of anything, who barely come from anything, or probably don't come from anything at all, but now are deciding to be the choosy and picky ones when it comes to having a wife. And a lot of men, ladies, will take advantage of you. Okay, they will use you because they know they have a lot of options, and they see you as, if you put yourself out this way to be, kind of in the desperate side for a ring, they will use that to their advantage to have you doing things for them that you really should not be doing unless the man is your husband. And don't be afraid to tell men this. Don't be afraid to tell men, I'm not doing this for you because you're not my husband. And if I need to do this in order for you to take me seriously, in order for you to like me, then you already don't like me. I am who I am, and it's either you want to jump in with me and we do this journey called life, and we grow together and we change together and evolve together through the years. If you're not willing to do that and we learn as we go on our own terms, or you accept me and I accept you with all of our flaws, then you're not the one. And to be honest, ladies, there's a lot of men who just aren't ready for commitment. There's a lot of men who have gotten easy access to women, and it's tainted their mentality to see legacy as important. No matter what they say, no matter if I've met men that swear they're ready, but just they haven't committed in years. Traditional men, number one, commit. They do. Modern men are okay with having sex and dating casually and letting things flow, letting things just naturally evolve. There's no such thing as natural anything. Human mating involves deciding and committing to be with one another. It's not just things just pop out of the sky and you just realize, oh, there it is. That's my person. Let's just do it. No, relationships take work. Relationships don't just happen naturally, to be honest. They may seem like they happen naturally because when you fall for someone, it's a natural state of being. You can be with that person and you don't have to try too hard, but it still takes work, as in you still have to listen to that person. Y'all will still have disagreements, and you have to be willing to be vulnerable. Those things do take work in a sense. Those don't come naturally. What comes naturally are things that probably don't involve another person telling you what to do. You just naturally do it. Like, I naturally wake up in the morning. I naturally go to the bathroom. I naturally get hungry and want to make myself breakfast. But I'm not naturally going to just walk up to someone and tell them my deepest fears. Like, it takes work for me to develop a relationship with that person for me to do that. So I do not agree with cooking, cleaning type of things as a wife before marriage. But I do think that all women that want to be married, especially, and want children and an amazing man by their side, I do believe you ladies need to embody a mentality of that woman, of being that girl, that woman that every man wants. And it's okay to listen to what the men want, especially the type of men you want. It's okay to listen to what they want if you want them, and to actually work to be that amazing woman and more. But at the same time, don't let go of your identity, because being you is what makes you unique, and the man for you is going to appreciate that the most. If every woman was the same, no man would have any complaints, because every woman would be the same. We'd all be what every man wants. No man would have a complaint, and a lot more men would be out here married. So stay true to you, and the right man that loves that will find that, and he will snatch that up. He will not let you go, because just like you've been out here searching, your man has been out here searching as well. And when you both find each other, it's gonna be fireworks, and he's gonna care less about how you cook and how you clean. He's gonna think, okay, well, let's take cooking lessons, together. If you're not a good cook, let's, I can get a maid, or we can look up some organization videos. Those TikToks where they're putting things in bins, and they're actually kind of satisfying to watch now that I think about it. But those little tiny things, those things are so small compared to what a real relationship and a real marriage entails. And when a man is so fixated on what you can do in the kitchen and what you can do in the house, he's not ready for a real connection. Men that are ready for a real connection, they probably do care about those things, but it's not priority over who you are as a woman and your character and how you show up as a woman. That's what they care about. So it's just real funny how these men online are talking about what you need to do in bed, in the kitchen, and in the house. The thing about it is that when you're a woman who's dated men in the C-suite, meaning CEOs, CFOs, these men look for a completely different type of woman. They care about your intellect. They care about how much of a hard worker you are, if you've accomplished anything. They care about how you manage your money. They care about things you do for you, because that will show them what you're capable of doing with them. This is why real men that are in corporate world, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, you look at their wives, and their wives have like PhDs, or their wives are they're owners of nonprofits, or they have their own foundations on the side. Their wives are authors. Like, these men want women who do things really completely outside of the house, because it shows your character, what you're willing to do for you. It shows your character. It shows your work ethic, and how much it's a reflection of your self-love as a woman. So focus on that. Like, I know the cliche thing to say is work on yourself, but to be honest, ladies, work on yourself, because you're going to attract the best men when you are your best self. You're not going to attract men who want to use you for what you can do and want you to prove it to them. Those men aren't the best men. They're users. And those men, all men have what they want, how they hope their wife will be in the house, and as a mother have a favorite meal that they hope their wife knows how to cook, of course. But they're not, like I said, they're not going to make that the priority of being a wife. Majority of those men that are talking like she needs to clean, cook, look like this, wear lingerie all the time, those men are not ready for marriage. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to marriage. Nowhere near it. So that's all I wanted to say for this video, ladies. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend. Leave your thoughts down below. Let's keep the conversation going. And until next time, ladies, bye.